Morning everyone, and welcome back to a new makeover vlog. Woo! How excited are we? So right now we're having breakfast, and I'm filming while I have breakfast because I don't have time. Let's be real. So we're having an acai bowl, and this time we tried also star fruit, which I always see it in the acai bowls. It's super funny because I told Vincent that he cannot try the star fruit until when we film the reaction, and he really want to try it, so he's there waiting impatiently. So let's start with a reaction to the star fruit. Really random start of the vlog. I never had star fruit before. Fresh, a bit like an apple.
Mix between apple and pepper.
Pepper? I understand what you mean. So yes, what is happening? I am doing a mini makeover of the haul. I'm really tight on time, so I don't think I'm gonna manage to finish everything this weekend. So first of all, the walls, same problem that we had in the bedroom. They have this horrible paper. The only difference is that compared to the bedroom, at least here has a, how do you say monster in English? A pattern, that it doesn't bother me too much. And actually, to get away this wallpaper, either it would have been really hard work, as in the whole you have a lot of like small little walls, so it's not so smooth. It's not like you have big walls and you can just work with a big flat wall. You have a lot of small details everywhere. So at the end I decided, you know what, we keep this paper, but we put a fresh coat of paint on top. And I'm trying to figure out still if I want a lot of details to be painted in the same color of the wall, which is this kind of cream beige, or leave them white. So this is super tricky. That's why I'm gonna start with the basic painting, paint all the elements that I already know that I want in that color, and then see how it goes with all the other details. But let's start this mini hallway makeover video. So I wanted to show you for the walls, I'm using this Lady Wonder Wall paint. I love this brand because I already use them for the bedroom. They do basically different products in the same color shade. So for example, for the door and all the wood elements, the radiator, I'm using Lady Supreme Finish. Okay, but now I'm gonna continue with the shelves. With the first coat of the shelf. Then I'm gonna prime. I'm gonna use first what is called molar tvätt. What can that be called in English? Vince, any idea in English molar tvätt?
No.
Something to wash the door, that is kind of removing a little bit of the first surface, so that is easier to grip the color basically. And then I will use the primer. Let's do it. Hello, welcome to the makeover. It's finished. We're really pleased. I mean, I am pleased. Are you pleased?
Oh yeah.
Happy to hear. So let's go through it. Here we have the entrance door. We put here the shoehorn hook, which I think it's really smart and still discreet. So really happy that we have this little space. Regarding the painting, I basically went with what I felt that it was needed. So for example, this part, it was really messy because it has a lot of details. Then I felt that I was going to paint this door of the same color of the walls, I mean the edge of the door. Even because this part of the door, it was already in this color that it feels the same of the wall. Otherwise it would have been beige, white, beige, if that makes sense. So I tried to create this uniform feeling. Then we have here our key hook, because for Vincent it's really important to have the keys just close to the door, so when you go out you grab it and go. So then I thought we might as well have a good looking key holder if we need to have the keys here. Before we had hooks that were hanging here, and that really bothered me all the time because you could see all these little keys everywhere. At least here they are a little bit more gathered together, and the reason why I placed this one here, I tried to place it here before, but these wooden balls, they were not as visible, and I think that this is actually the element that makes this key holder interesting, so I put it more on a lower level. And I also feel that they pick up with the round shape of those hooks. So the other thing is, I will insert a picture on how this hall looked when we bought the apartment, that I really didn't like it. The owner, she had just like a shoe rack, and then she had here this classic, like in Sweden you see it everywhere, just like a bar where you can hang coats. But as we have a wardrobe in the hall, we always put our coats in there. So we actually need hooks here just for when guest comes, or for example if we go out and it's been raining and we just want our coat to dry before we put it in the wardrobe. So I didn't want to have all these things hanging here. That's why I put these hooks here, which I think they're super nice because when you don't use them for coats and such, they look like decorative, like a decoration basically. And that also allows to have a sit bench here, so we can still have some shoes, but we can also sit here when we need to put our shoe on or shoe off. And the thing is that in Sweden you don't walk with shoes inside the apartment, so it's really important to have this part. It's a little bit like the Japanese genkan, which I love. So you remove your shoes as quick as you come in, and so many times we saw our guests struggling. It's like, oh, okay, I need to remove my shoe, and they didn't have a place to sit and such. So we put this bench here. Plus, the hall is located right in the middle of the apartment. So all the time that you go from one room to another, you pass through the hall. And they really wanted to feel like it's an extra room in the apartment. And I think that this does it super perfectly with the little bench, rather than having like a stand with shoes. Perfect! Now we got on those shelves, so maybe you can go back in there. So those shelves, I've been hating them. I've been hating them so much the whole time because I really like a clean look, and I think that it's so much happening here. You know, you have those pipes, then you have the door, then you have shelves, you have the other door. The thing is, in the back here, there is like the electricity box. So my first idea was going to be to remove completely the shelves and create a cabinet to hide the box. But I am not that handy of a person, and I started to think about a lot of ideas, but it requires someone coming and building a cabinet. So at the end I was like, you know what, I'm just going to embrace those shelves, and I'm going to try to make the best that we can with it. So I first put the whole books on the upper shelves. I will insert a picture of that.
It's not clean though. Look at the mess of that order of the Harry Potter books.
Yes, Vincent is really angry at me because he didn't put the Harry Potter books in the right order. You can fix it. But what I was gonna say, yeah, I put first of all the book on the top shelf and something else here, but it was really closing the room. So now I decided to put the books only in this part so that that shelf it can stay that part of the shelf you can see a little bit more open and decorative. Because all what I want with those shelves is to hide that ugly electricity box in the back. So something here, unfortunately, is needed. Otherwise, shelves can be amazing for styling, but these are really, really tricky because I had that box in the back. I painted also this part of the box that sticks out, and I still left the original details that I thought they were really cute, and they also match with the color of the box. Then, maybe you can go here so we can talk about this other side. So here we have the bathroom, here we have the bedroom, as you see. Here we have a wardrobe. So I felt that by painting the wardrobe door in the same color of the walls, it was gonna open up more the hall and make it feel bigger. Why am I doing like this? I just took a coffee and like now the adrenaline is kicking in. And actually it does. I feel it feels much more spacious. Before you had wood everywhere, and it felt a little bit like an old person apartment. You look at me like, what's wrong with you?
No, just looking at me. I'm trying to focus on something else than my hand's getting tired from holding this camera for 6 minutes and 12 seconds.
We're almost done, stay there. Okay, but anyway, I am super pleased with that. I used a different paint, of course, because it's wood. It's a little bit more shining, so that it makes it easier to swipe it when it gets dirty, because of course this door gets open and closed with coats all the time, bags and such. So yes, I'm really happy also that it's a little bit different because it reflects more the light, so it doesn't create that matte feeling too much. And now we need to figure out a way to put a mirror here, because this is usually where we had our mirror, where we looked ourselves before going out. What more to say about this? I don't think much else. Oh yeah, but as you see, I painted also the edge of this door of the same color, so all the same color. But then I kept only the doors to the rooms with the white around. Why I did this? Because I feel that, for example, the bedroom, you see this gray in the back. It's a really like toned down, a little bit switched off color that I did on purpose because I want that feeling of relaxing in the bedroom. And this beige, it's also a little bit toned down because it's also connecting with the green that we have in the kitchen that is a little bit toned down. So I feel that the white, it's actually really helping to create that alive feeling between the two rooms, if that makes sense. So it's breaking a little bit. Last part. Our super cute cabinet area. So starting from the point that we had this cabinet that we got from Vincent's grandmother and her sambo, we love it. It's a little bit special. It's from the 60s and this doesn't hold so much, so it's more like for little bits and stuff like this. So it's perfect as a whole furniture and also fits super perfectly in this space. So we knew that we wanted to keep this cabinet here. It's the best space for it in the apartment. And also it's kind of nice because the apartment is from the 60s, so I like to still keep some elements that they are connected with the origin of the apartment. But then I wanted a little bit to break, you know, through that old style and also embrace my Japandi favorite style ever. So we hanged here these two frames that we bought in Kyoto in Japan. And I like that they have the black frame that is really creating a little bit of a contrast from the beige of the wall. Also, one thing that I saw in a video online talking about Japandi, that I loved this description. So when they talk about Japandi home style, they say that you need to think to the black color in a home like if it's a Japanese painting. So it's like just little strokes of black throughout the home. So try not to have too many big pieces of black furniture or I don't know, walls or something like this, but use it like accent elements. So this is what we have with this. We have it with the base here and we have it with the hooks as well. Talking of Japandi, it's amazing. So this is fragrance diffuser holder. So I've been using all the time, you know, when you buy a fragrance diffuser, it comes with this classic bottle, the sticks, like it kind of explains itself. But there is this design brand in Sweden that is called Stockholm Design House that has collaborated with Japanese designer. I'm just gonna get the box, stay there, because
my hands.
Almost done, almost done. So it's called Takafumi Nemoto. Look how beautiful is even the box. I mean, amazing. And this is called bonsai. So what I love with it is that you can reuse the base. So all the time that you have a new smell, you can reuse the base, and then you just buy these sticks like a new one. And this one, it's called Cloud, but they have also 3 other designs of sticks. So one can also change around a little bit. So I love it. I love it. It's like Japandi, it's Japanese. And this bonsai, it reminds me to a Zen garden. So that's why I added here this little jar that we bought in Vietnam, in a mountain region that is called Sapa. And this has been hand carved by a tribe in this mountain region. So actually, if one wants to get this, you need to first get to Vietnam. Then you need to get in an overnight train to this mountain region, and then you need to hike for 4 hours to get to this. So that's why for us it's super valuable. Like, we really, really love it, and it means super much for us. And it's made of limestone, and then when I put this one here, I was like, okay, this makes me think to a Zen garden, and if I have only this, it's too empty, I need to add something else. And then I started to feel, what do you have in a Zen garden? Oh, you have a stone. Oh, but we have that's called, how do you call it in English? Bowl, jar, made of limestone. So that is so perfect. And actually, when I come home from work, I always remove my jewelry and I put them in here, and then I can use it the day after because I tend to wear the same one during the week. And I kept also this little marble tray just to create a connection, because when styling, there is this rule of 3 that is super important, that you have 3 things to kind of create a group. Because if I would have had only those 2, as you see, it would have looked like I just threw in there 2 little things. While with this tray, it's creating a little bit of a grouping, and also this makes me think to kind of like the ground of a Zen garden. I know I overthink a little bit, but then when it comes like to the perfect matching, I'm like, yes, I love it. So yes, that was all from our newly makeovered haul. I think I spent 1,000 kroner for paint, maybe 2,000 kroner more for decoration and stuff. So with 3,000 kroner, which is around 300 euros, I made a total makeover of the whole. And I am really pleased, to be honest, because of course it's not exactly the same thing that completely renovating and making it perfect. But at the same time, all what I wanted was to get a certain feeling that I had in my mind, and I achieved it. So that makes me happy. And super last detail, it's this lamp. I am becoming a bit obsessed with lighting, and I realized that my favorite, you don't need to keep it pointed there, otherwise they get blind when they watch the video. But I realized that my favorite kind of lighting is opal glasses, because they create this sort of soft light, dimmed. So I've been switching it around a lot in the apartment, and I have a really dream lamp that I will want here. That is called Alma lamp. I will insert a picture. And that makes me think also to a Zen garden, because it has like circles and it's dimmable. So depending on how you put the light, it's gonna highlight certain circles. But it's a little bit pricey and it's not a priority. So I think that for now, this opal bulb will do its job. That was it from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Ciao!